after the class. Okay, so let us continue with the topic now. Topic, we have one more important topic, and in this topic, my dear friend, very important is not your writing, because important is your understanding. Here we are going to discuss some reasoning topic. So reasoning completely depends on your understanding, no writing. So if you want, you can close your books. If you want to write, you can write, no restrictions in that. Okay, completely depends on your understanding, reasoning topic, and your favorite topic it is, the topic that is blood relations, Rakta Sambandham, Rakta Charitra. So anyhow, my dear friend, in this blood relation, let me tell you, blood relation doesn't mean that blood should match, as I said you already. The relatives whom you consider your own, okay? By birth, whatever relation you got, that is called as blood relation. And consider your interview, HR asks you, there are so many relations in this world. Tell me any one blood relation. So which relation you will say? Any one. Sister, mother, father, brother, sister, nephew, good new word, nephew, cousin, good new word, mother, uncle, good new word, mother, auntie. My dear friend, it is aunt, not auntie. When you say auntie, some other feeling come out. So it is just aunt. Okay, sir. Grandfather, grandmother, niece, good new word, great uncle. Great uncle ante chala great pani chese wala uncle. Okay, very good. Sister, uncle, aunt, father, mother, brother. Very good, very good. See, we'll discuss first with the basic relation, then we'll go with the in-law relation. Okay, basic relation, then we'll go with the in-law relation. Okay, first basic relation, whatever you said up till now, I am writing here. You said the basic relation, that is mother, father. Further you said brothers, sisters. Further you said uncle, aunt. Further you said grandfather, grandmother. Even you said nephew, niece. Then you said cousins. Inka? In-law we'll discuss later on. Basic relation first. Husband, wife, how can you forget, sir? Okay. Son, daughter, good. Yes, yes. Grandfather, grandmother. In-law we'll discuss later on. Okay, these two words also we'll use. Paternal, maternal. Okay, these two words also, where it is used, we'll discuss that. Inga? There is no word like that relation. I'll tell you why it is not, I'll tell you that. What else? Basic relation. Antena? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In my marriage, 800 people, 8 came, went away. Who were those people? 8 ante 16, 20, 25, 100. 800 people came. Ever wala? Friends. 200 mirror nurse or girlfriends. Inka 200 wall boyfriends. Okay. So here, my dear friends, further we have grandson, granddaughter. Okay. For the grandfather's father, what do you call? You are saying something? Great grandfather, very good. Great grandfather. Similarly, great grandmother. Now, great grandfather's father, what will you call? Great great. Great square, great cube, great to the power 4. Most great, very most great, topmost great, most great. They are called as forefather. Forefather, be careful, spelling is F-O-R-E-4. Don't make it as F-O-U-R-4. Okay? And forefather, it is a neutral gender, male, female. Both we use the word forefather. There is no word called as foremother. Okay? Rashtrapati. Rashtrapati, you know? Who is Rashtrapati right now? Ramnath Kovind. Before him? Pranab Mukherjee. Before Pranab Mukherjee? Abdul Kalam. Pratibha Patil. So Pratibha Patil was Rashtrapati or Rashtrapatni? Rashtrapati. Male, female, both we call Rashtrapati only. Okay? Gender we won't change there. So forefather, male, female, both we call forefather. Even you said ancestors, that is also correct. Is it clear? So these are the basic relation. Late. We'll add late. Don't worry, we'll add late. Late, fast, all we'll add later on. So anyhow, these are all the basic relation. In-law we'll discuss later on. First of all, let us understand all this relation. Mother, father, no need to explain. Everyone knows what is mother, what is father, because this is the primary relation we get in our life. The very first primary relation we get in our life, that is mother, father. But let me tell you, according to the question what they present in the blood relation, according to that, my father's wife is my mother. My father's wife is my mother. Not only that, my brother's mother's husband is my father. Brother's mother's husband. Brother's mother is my mother. My mother's husband is definitely my father. I mean to say they will rotate you in between the relation. You have to catch what relation is running. I said you already, there is no specific concept or formula here. Completely your understanding. Here I cannot give you the formula, use x square by 2y plus 9, you will get a blood relation. Nothing like that. You have to understand it. Not only that, my mother's husband's son is either me or else my brother. Mother's husband's son. Mother's husband is father. Father's son either me or else my brother. Not only that, my father's wife's daughter is my sister. Father's wife's daughter. Father's wife is mother. Mother's daughter is definitely my sister. Are you getting me? You have to catch. Even my dear friend, mother, father, the reverse relation is son, daughter. Someone I am calling as mother, father, they will call me as son, daughter, depending on my gender. Someone I am calling as son, daughter, they will call me as mother, father, depending on my gender. This is a reverse relation. Mother, father, if gender is not clear, we can use the word parent. In plural form, parents. Like sometimes in the question, gender won't be clear. Like for example, they will give the sentence like, A is son of B. Now you know that A is son. You know the gender of A. But you don't know the gender of B. B can be mother, father, anything. So mother, father, if gender is not clear, we can use the word parent. Son, daughter, if gender is not clear, we can use the word child. In plural form, children. Clear? Moving further. Brother, sister. Brother, sister, reverse relation is brother, sister only. Someone I am calling as brother, sister, they will also call me as brother, sister, depending on my gender. If brother, sister, gender is not clear, we can use the word sibling. In plural form, siblings. No doubt, in India, brother, sister itself is called as sibling, but Western culture, sibling is having one more meaning. No need to discuss that. You must be knowing already. So moving further. Uncle, aunt. My dear friend, let me tell you, this English relation is completely the Western culture relation. Western culture people, what they say, in my mother-father generation, that complete generation, male members are uncle, female members are aunt, except my mother-father. Are you getting me? I mean to say, my father's all brothers, uncle. My father's all sisters, aunt. Similarly, my mother's all brother, uncle. My mother's all sisters, aunt. They are husband, wife, uncle, aunt. That complete generation itself, they call it as uncle, aunt. But in India, we have a difference between mother side relation and father side relation. That is the reason we use the word paternal and maternal. I mean to say, father's brother can be called as uncle or as paternal uncle. But mother's brother will be compulsory called as maternal uncle. Mother case compulsory maternal word will be used. Father case we can use, we may not use. In the question if they give uncle, by default it is paternal uncle, because mother case compulsory maternal word will be used. Similarly, father's sister can be aunt or else paternal aunt, but mother's sister is compulsory maternal aunt. Is it clear? Maternal case compulsory maternal word will be used. Father case you can use, you may not use. Is it clear to all? One more important thing. Father's brother I call as uncle. Father's sister I call as aunt. In this case, what is the relation between uncle and aunt? They are brothers and sisters. They are brothers and sisters. Are you getting me? Again, father's brother I call as uncle, and father's brother's wife I call as aunt. In this case, what is the relation between uncle and aunt? They are husband and wife. Just by seeing uncle and aunt, I cannot find the relation in between uncle and aunt. In order to know the relation in between uncle and aunt, I should know how this man I am calling as uncle and how this lady I am calling as aunt. Then only I can find the relation in between uncle and aunt, because they can be brother sisters or else they can be husband wife. Are you getting me? Clear? Yes? Now, as you are using uncle aunt word, whether it is paternal or maternal, uncle aunt children are always cousins. Uncle aunt children are always cousins, and cousin reverse relation is cousin only. Someone I am calling as cousin, that person will also call me as cousin. And cousin is a neutral gender, male female, both we use the word cousin. But I have seen in India people using the word cousin brother, cousin sister. My dear friend, one day I was taking the class in Delhi, offline class. One of the students said me, sir, I have done blunder mistake. I asked what? He said, sir, I have done blunder mistake. I said, dear, either you do blunder or else you do mistake. Blunder and mistake both are synonyms. How can you say in a single sentence, I have done mistake, mistake 2 times? So blunder and mistake are synonym. At a time we can't use both the words. Here they are not even synonym. Brother sister is a separate relation, cousin is a separate relation. How can you attach them? Cousin, that's it. No cousin brother, cousin sister, cousin. Because cousin is a neutral gender. If you want that listener should understand the gender of the cousin, then you can use the pronoun over there, saying that he is my cousin, she is my cousin. By listening he, she word, listener can understand the gender of the cousin, because cousin is a neutral gender. Is it clear? Yes? Moving further. What is this? Girlfriend. Sorry, grandfather. Grandfather. Father's father is grandfather. Mother's father is also grandfather. But father's father, no doubt we can call grandfather or paternal grandfather. But mother's father compulsory we'll call it as maternal grandfather. Similarly, father's mother can be grandmother or else paternal grandmother. But mother's mother is compulsory maternal grandmother. Are you getting me? Is it clear? And this paternal maternal word, it is limited with only these 4 relations. No other place we use this paternal maternal word. No other place. Paternal brother, maternal sister, these words are not there at all. Are you getting me? This is only attached with these 4 relations. No other place, paternal maternal word. Clear? Now, grandfather, grandmother, reverse relation is grandson, granddaughter. Someone I am calling as grandfather, grandmother, they will call me as grandson, granddaughter, depending on my gender. Grandfather, grandmother, if gender is not confirmed, we can use the word grandparent. Plural form, grandparents. Grandson, granddaughter, if gender is not confirmed, we can use the word grandchild. Plural form, grandchildren. Clear? No queries? Moving further. Husband, wife. Husband, wife, no need to define. You know much better than me. But husband, wife, if gender is not confirmed, we can use the word spouse. No doubt, southern part of America, a new word has emerged. Their husband call wife as honey, and wife also call husband as honey. That is the reason in Idea one song came, Honey Bunny. But my dear friend, this honey is not yet valid. Spouse is valid. No doubt, in 2-3 years in Oxford Dictionary they will add husband, wife, gender not confirmed, honey. When they will add, then we will also call honey. But now don't call honey. Others' wife, never we should call honey. Okay? So now, clear? మూవింగ్ ఫర్దర్, మీరు అన్న కొడుకుకి ఏమంటారు? అన్న కొడుకుకి ఏమంటారు? అన్న కొడుకుకి కొడుకు అంటారు. My dear friend, not only in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, even in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, southern part of the country, we don't have any specific name. Anna Korku kemantaru, sir, Korku antam. Directly we say Korku antam. But don't you think that my elder brother's son, if I will call him as my son, my brother will kick me out from the house? He'll beat me a lot. Because there is a lot difference between his son and my son. But my dear friends, southern part of the country, we don't have any specific name. Northern India, we have the name. Northern India, we have a name. Like in Hindi, brother's son, they call it as Bhatija. Brother's daughter as Bhatiji. Sister's son as Bhanja. Sister's daughter as Bhanji. If you go more north, I mean to say if you go towards UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, in the place of Bhanja, Bhanji, they use a new word. They call it as Bhagina, Bhagini. Northern India, everywhere we have a name. Even in Gujarat, even in Maharashtra, brother's son they call Putnya, brother's daughter Putni, sister's son as Bhansa, sister's daughter as Bhanchi, not Bhansi, it is Bhanchi. Bhansi means female buffalo. Anyhow, Bhanchi that is, Bhanchi, not Bhansi. So I have seen that Northern India they have a specific name, but southern part of the country we don't have any specific name. And in English we have a specific name. Bhatija, Bhanja, Bhagna. This is nephew. Bhatiji, Bhanji, Bhagni. This is niece. Means nephew is a masculine gender, niece is a feminine gender. See, what the Western culture people they say, in my generation, if someone gets married, their children, male members are nephew, female member are niece. Now in my generation who is there? My brothers, sisters are there. So brother's son, nephew. Sister's son also nephew. Brother's daughter niece, sister's daughter also niece. Or else you can even call uncle, aunt, nephew, niece is a reverse relation. Someone I am calling as uncle, aunt, they will call me as nephew, niece, depending on my gender. Like for example, my father's brother, what I'll call my father's brother? I'll call him as uncle. But for him, what I am his brother's son, so he'll call me as nephew. Is it clear? Are you getting me? So on the relation I said one more important thing. 3 sides closed figure, what do you call it as? Triangle. 4 sides closed figure? Quadrilateral. 4 sides closed figure is called as quadrilateral. Depending on the characteristics of quadrilateral, you decide this is square, this is rectangle, this is rhombus, this is parallelogram, this is trapezium, this is trapezoid, so on. But 4 sides closed figure is called as quadrilateral. 5 sides closed figure? Pentagon. 6 sides? Hexagon. 7 sides? Heptagon. 8 sides? Octagon. 9 sides? Nanocar. Very good. 10 sides? Decagon. 11 sides? Undecagon. 12 sides? Dodecagon. 13 sides? 14 sides? 22 sides? 64 sides? 93 sides? Polygon. Means up till where you get the name, you call that name. When you are not getting the name, you start calling it as polygon. 91 sided polygon, 63 sided polygon. Am I right? That doesn't mean that triangle is not a polygon. Triangle is also polygon. Quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, they are also polygon. But up till what level we have the name, we call the name. When we are not getting the name, then we start calling it as polygon. Am I right? Similarly, grandfather, grandmother, these people are also forefather. Great grandfather, great grandmother, these people are also forefather. But up till here we have a specific name. Above then, when we do not get specific name, then we call it as forefather. Are you getting me? Consider in some question, you are getting the answer grandmother. And you are seeing the option. Nowhere grandmother is given, forefather is given. By default, you can select forefather because these people are also forefather. Is it clear? Yes, no? Now coming to in-law relation. In-law relation when we get? By birth, before marriage, after marriage. In Western culture, when they get in-law relation? Depends. Okay. In India culture, what they get in law relation? India culture depends. Not Western culture, India culture depends. Are you Indians? Some people are thinking. లేదు సార్, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ నుంచి ఇటు వెళ్తే తెలంగాణ, మహారాష్ట్ర, గుజరాత్, రాజస్థాన్, పాకిస్తాన్, ఆఫ్ఘనిస్తాన్, ఉజ్బెకిస్తాన్, కజాకిస్తాన్. Are you Indians? My dear friend, let me tell you, no. None of the people who are staying in India are purely Indians. And whatever I am going to say you, it is according to history of India given by Britishers. And let me tell you parallelly that Britishers, they have spoiled the Indian history a lot. I cannot say that they have given true, or I cannot even say that they have given false over there. But whatever history Britishers they gave for India, according to that, among them, among ourselves, no one is purely Indians. Because that history says 1000 and 1000 BC, the original Indians who used to live over here in this region, they were the Sioux. At that time, one settler came to India. I think you know there is a difference between settler and invader. You know the difference? Settler, they will attack one country and settle there itself. Invader, they will attack one country, they will snatch the wealth and they will go back to their own country. Like Muhammad Ghori, Muhammad Ghazni, they were the invaders. Or else Kareena Kapoor's daughter name, what is the daughter name? Son name, Kareena Kapoor's son name? Taimur, they were the invaders. See how much general knowledge they are having. Very good. So, they were the invaders, but Mughals, Nizams, they were settlers, came and settled here only. So, at that time, one settler came to India, they were Dravidians. They came from eastern part of Asia and they entered into India through sea route. Sea route means Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea. From southern part they entered. And southern part of the country, whatever original Indians were there, the Sioux were there, they attacked them and they made them as their own slaves. Slaves, Telugu lemantaru, Bansulu. Hindi, they call it as Gulam, Das, Dasya. This Das, Dasya word came out from the Sioux culture. After 100-150 years, one more settler came to India, they were Aryans. They also came from eastern part of Asia, but they entered into India through Himalayan ranges. I mean to say through northern part. Himalayan ranges, it is a completely folded mountains. Here you will be getting some gaps like Khyber Pass, Bolan Pass. Through passes they entered. And northern part of the country, whatever original Indians were there, the Sioux were there, they attacked them and they made them as their own slaves. Means each and every Dasu was a slave. Not even a single Dasu was left who was not a slave. Complete north was for Aryan, complete south was for Dravidian. And these slaves, they were not only utilized in our country, they were even exported outside. Exported means not using Jet Airways, Indian Airlines, Indigo, not all those. They used to go by walk, Arabian countries, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, we used to sell them there. And for these slaves, there was a strict rule made. Strict rule was made. They cannot marry. For them, marriage was banned. So because they cannot marry, after 100-150 years, a situation came like that they disappeared from the whole globe, like a dinosaur. They disappeared because their generation did not continue. They cannot marry. So once they disappeared from the whole globe, these Aryans, Dravidians, they started calling themselves as Indians because original Indians were not there now. Now Aryans, Dravidians, they were completely two opposite culture. Dravidians, they were cool and calm natured people, peaceful people. Aryans, they were short tempered people, hot blooded people. Dravidians, how they used to be, if someone slapped them, they used to say, okay, remaining we'll see tomorrow. They used to go, very polite, very silent, cold blooded people. This much cold blooded people that still in Indian history it is a surprise how they must have attacked them. They must have came with sword, see, don't fight, just a little bit. Means how they used to fight. Very cool and peaceful people. And Aryans were not like that. Aryans, they were short tempered people, hot blooded people. Aryans, how they used to be, if they have to scold someone, they used to go near that person, taking out the sword, cutting the neck and then scolding. They do not understand even now this guy won't listen. Completely opposite culture. You take the India map, northern part of the country has more crime as compared to the southern part of the country. I am not saying Aryans are criminals. I am trying to explain their short-temperedness. You take India map and see, from the north you see Jammu Kashmir, forget about it, external affairs. Come down, Punjab, Chandigarh, Delhi, Haryana, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, even some part of Telangana, Andhra Pradesh has more crime as compared to Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, crime level was less. Completely opposite culture. Even their gods used to be different. All cool and peaceful god was for Dravidian, all short-tempered god Aryans. Have you heard about this Tirupati Balaji Swami, Venkateshwar Swami? According to Hindu mythology, he is an incarnation of Vishnu. Vishnu क्या अवतार है? You go to Tirupati Balaji Swami, see the idol, see the god idol. He is not having any weapon in his hand. This is kept from aside. No weapons in a very cool, peaceful god. Dravidians. Aryans, short-tempered god. Ma Kali, here red, here red. Come, we'll see. Completely opposite culture. But then let me tell you, Dravidians, they were never interested in Aryans. Dravidians, they used to feel that if our culture will mix with Aryan culture, our culture will get spoiled. And Aryans, always interested in Dravidians. How these people will be this much silent? Means Dravidians, they were never interested in Aryans. Still, if you go complete south, you go to Kerala, you go to Tamil Nadu, there you say that I am coming from Bihar. Forget about Bihar, Jharkhand, UP, that is already defamed. Say then, I am coming from Delhi, I am coming from Gujarat, I am coming from Rajasthan. See there the people, how they will see you. As if you are alien, you came from some other planet. They know Hindi, they won't speak with you in Hindi. Dravidians never interested in Aryans. And Aryans always interested in Dravidians. How these people will be this much silent? Now culture mix up completely. Culture mix up completely because according to Hindu mythology, Vaishnav and Shaiv both mixed and new word came Smarth. Now mixed up completely because according to Hindu mythology, you must have heard there is one worship called as Satyanarayan Vratam Katha. You go to Delhi and listen the story. Satyanarayan Vratam Katha, you listen the story. Go to Kerala, listen the story. Whatever in the Delhi story you will find Leelavati, Kalavati, in Kerala story also same Leelavati, same Kalavati. Same characters. Now culture mixed up completely. Now we cannot differentiate Aryans and Dravidians. But still one difference remained. Aryans, they do not get in-law relation by birth, but Dravidians, they get in-law relation by birth. I need to say, you all are from south? Anyone from north here? No one? So, anyhow, you can ask, if you have any friends in your college, you can ask. From south, you people, if I ask you, Mama Kuturuki Emantaru. So they will be smiling, feeling shy. Mardal sir. Until you can marry? You can marry? Yes. Yes. You go to north and ask them, Mama's daughter, whether you can marry. They'll say, what, you are joking, sir. In Raksha Bandhan she tied Rakhi to me. She is my sister, how can I marry? They'll say this. You can find it out. They will never marry. Forget about Mama's daughter, my dear friend, in village. If some relation is there, that complete village they won't marry. That complete village they won't marry. Some or the other relation, no, not same family members. It should be outsiders. Aryans, they were always interested in Dravidians. Dravidians never interested in Aryans. This was the reason. Dravidians, let me tell you, they were never interested in Aryans. So what they thought, if I marry my children outside, by mistake it can be Aryan's culture. That what culture will mix with our culture will get spoiled. So they started marrying within the family. Means the people whom they know, so mother side relation was made possible. So Dravidians, they get in-law relation by birth. But Aryans, they do not get in-law relation by birth. Then Aryans, when they get in-law relation, by birth they won't get. So how they get in-law relation? Before marriage or after marriage? My dear friend, before marriage. Even in Western culture, in-law relation comes before marriage. For in-law relation, marriage is not compulsory. Don't take such a big risk, because I am married, I know very well. I mean to say, let us consider I am not married. Let us consider. It's an example. Don't call my wife and say, sir was giving this example today. Okay, so let us consider I am not married. Okay, my sister, she got married. My sister's husband, what I'll call? Brother-in-law. Though I am not married, my in-law relation started. Even though you are not married, in your generation someone gets married, your in-law relation will start. In your generation, who is there? Your brothers, sisters are there. No doubt, when I get married, definitely my in-law relation will be there. Like for example, my wife's father, what I'll call? Father-in-law, very good. Wife's mother, mother-in-law, very good. Genius students. Wife's brother, brother-in-law, very good. Wife's sister, sister-in-law, very good. Wife's son, son-in-law. Wife's daughter, daughter-in-law. Wife's son is son, wife's daughter is daughter. Don't get confused. Okay? Wife's son is Alluru. Wife's son is son. See, son-in-law, son-in-law is Alluru actually. See, reverse relation of this mother-in-law, father-in-law is son-in-law, daughter-in-law. Someone I am calling as mother-in-law, father-in-law, they will call me as son-in-law, daughter-in-law, depending on my gender. This is the reverse relation of mother-in-law, father-in-law. Are you getting me? Is it clear? Wife's son is son, wife's daughter is daughter. If you want, you can write imposition 100 times. Because tomorrow you will get married and tomorrow you will say, wife's son, sir, son-in-law, sir, chapparu. So you will get scolding, even you will scold me. Clear? And let me tell you, blood relation continues only up till this limit. After this, there is no blood relation. Uncle-in-law, aunt-in-law, nephew-in-law, niece-in-law, cousin-in-law, these words are not there at all. Blood relation continues only up till this limit. What about my wife's grandfather? My wife's grandfather, no blood relation. No blood relation. For calling, I can call him as grandpa. If I am from north, I will call him as grand sasurji. If I am from south, I will call him as grandmamaya. If he is of my age, I will call by name. Normally, he will not be of my age. So, my dear friend, that is calling. Calling is different, blood relation is different. Calling bus conductor also I call Anna, Kaka, Tamuru, but that is calling. Calling is different, blood relation is different. Are you getting me? Blood relation continues only up till this limit. After this, no blood relation. Is it clear? Sir, there is no one called as great uncle. Grand uncle also won't be there. Okay? Blood relation only up till this limit. After that, no blood relation. Clear to all? And let me tell you, any relation, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Sir, Telugu lo ide antaru, daniki English lo emantaru. Daniki English lo emantaru. Ask me, come on. Because we get confused. Son-in-law only when my daughter gets married, then I'll be having son-in-law, not by birth. Nephew niece is uncle aunt reverse relation. Cousin is sir, grandparents brother, that will be called as grandparent only, but up till that blood relation won't be there. Okay. Sir, yes sir. Brother-in-law's son is no relation. Brother-in-law, up till there the relation, after that no relation. But important is brother-in-law, how you are calling. Don't mix with Telugu relation. Okay, Bava kada, so Mama Korgu kada, Bava kada, so don't mix with that. How I said according to that. Okay, don't mix with our Telugu relation. Clear? Yes, and one more important thing, my dear friend, in English, there is no word called as respect. in our regional language we have respect. Like without respect, if we have to call someone inside, we call in Telugu Ra. Am I right? Or else in Hindi we say Aao. With respect, if we call someone, we say Randi. In Hindi we call it as Aiye. But in English, there is no such respect. Without respect, if you have to call someone, you will say come. With respect, come. You won't say come ye, come andi, you won't say all this. Maximum you will say please come. In English, there is no respect. Elder brother is also brother, younger brother is also brother. Are you getting me? My wife's brother is also brother-in-law. My sister's husband is also brother-in-law. Elder, younger, both are same. Are you getting me? Yes, no? Any more relation, any doubt? Okay. So because all the relation are clear to you, so I'll ask you one question. Listen the question and tell me the answer. Understand, listen, understand and tell me the answer. Someone knocked at the door. Someone knocked this door. I opened the door. I saw two people standing over there. I asked them, what is the relation between you two? Out of those two people, one person gave me the reply. He said, I have no siblings, but his father is my father's son. So what is the relation between the two people? One person gave me the reply. He said, I have no siblings, but his father is my father's son. What is the relation between the two people? Parents, husband, wife, father and daughter, father, son. Father and son. Son and father. Son and father.
Father is his father's son అంటే maybe son అవ్వచ్చు or niece అవ్వచ్చు. Father is
ఓన్లీ వర్డ్ లేదు. nephew, niece, nephew, uncle. Okay. My dear friend, let me tell you why I remembered this question. Actually, it was my real-time experience. One of the students, I asked him, one of the candidate, he came for interview, I asked him, are you good at blood relation? He said, yes sir, you ask me anything, I'll help you out. I said, see, two people were standing over there. When I asked them what is the relation between you two, out of those two people, one person gave me the reply. He said, I have no siblings, but his father is my father's son. What is the relation between the two people? He said, sir, koncham slow cheppandi. I said, okay. Out of those two people, one person gave me the reply. He said, I have no siblings, but his father is my father's son. What is the relation between the two people? Do you know what that candidate did? He said me, sir, oka nisham, akade unnandi meeru. My father never ever do that. Saying your HR, your father, your amma, don't do all those. Forget about HR. I have seen as the blood relation question comes, we make our friend to sit. Listen, idi chacha, idi uncle kada. No need, my dear friend. Concentrate on the question, you will get the answer. Two people were standing. Am I right? Two people are standing. Let's say I am standing. Beside me, one more person is standing. You ask me, what is the relation between you two? మీ ఇద్దరు మధ్యలో రిలేషన్ ఏంటి? I am giving you the reply. First I said, I have no siblings. What does it mean? I don't have any brothers and sisters. Naku anna, chelli, akka, tamudu, ever ledu. Are you getting pinni gaadu? I have no siblings means I don't have any brothers sisters. First I declared that. I have no siblings, but his father is. I pointed the other person and I used the verb his father. Means other person is also male. Are you getting me? What I said? His father is my father's son. Who is my father's son? My father's son can be my brother. But already I said I don't have any brother sister. So who is my father's son? My father's son is me. Are you getting me? So what I said? His father is me. For my father's son you got me. So his father is me. Means the speaker was the father, then other person who is standing silent was the son. Completely understanding my dear friends, and try to break the sentences. Like here what I did, I broke that sentence. My father's son. Who will be my father's son? You said, sir, my father's son will be me. So for that my father's son part, you made it as me. So his father is me. So the speaker was the father and the other person who is standing silent was the son. There is no other way, no formulas, nothing. It totally depends on your understanding. So one more topic let us cover, and no doubt this topic will be useful to you in syllogism. Have you heard about syllogism? Logical deduction. All books are pens, some pens are pencils. So that also you can sort it out with this topic. The topic name is logical Venn diagrams. I learned from you all people. If you don't know the spelling, write like this. Logical Venn diagrams. My dear friend, logical Venn diagrams actually you can do with sets also. But again using sets means you have to use formula, union, intersection, all those formulas. That is the reason in aptitude this topic was brought in the name of logical Venn diagrams. So what exactly this logical Venn diagram? We'll see right on one question. In a class with 150 students, 150. In a class with 150 students, 55 speak English. In a class with 150 students, 55 speak English. "85 speak Telugu." 55 speak English, 85 speak Telugu. Do you know, when I say the same question in northern India, I'll be observing their notebooks. How they will write Telugu? They will write Telugu like this. They will write Telugu. They don't know here also used to be used. It's not Telugu, it is Telugu. I explain them. They don't know the spelling of Telugu even. Anyhow, so in a class with 150 students, 55 speak English, 85 speak Telugu, and 30 speak 30 speak neither English nor Telugu. 30 speak neither English nor Telugu. అంటే 30 మంది నాలాగా ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళకి తెలుగు ఇంగ్లీష్ రాదు. 30 speak neither English nor Telugu. So this is the data given to you. Based on this, the question, first question is, how many speak only Telugu? Only and exactly, both the words are same. How many speak only Telugu? And second question is, how many speak both the given languages? How many speak both the given languages? So these are the two questions. Try the answer. First one 85, second one 140, very good. First one 85, second one 140, $65 first one, second one 20 second one. Okay, anyhow, my dear friend, this is the easy one, and you know very well that easy question I'll explain on the board. Tough question you have to do by your own. So don't worry, further I'll give you tough question, you can try by your own. This is the easy one, I'll tell you this. So let us understand. तुम्हें जरा सा అయితే data change చేయాలా? Okay, so let us understand there are 150 students. Okay, and let's say this circle represent all those people who speak Telugu, and this circle represent all those people who speak English. English speaking, how many are there total? 55. Telugu speaking, how many are there? 85. And I am saying 30 speak neither English nor Telugu. అంటే 150 మందిలో 30 మంది ఈ సర్కిల్లో లేరు. 30 members should not come in this circle. అంటే ఈ సర్కిల్లో ఎంత మంది రావాలి? 120 members రావాలి. Am I right? 150 లో 30 members తీసేస్తే 120 members ఈ సర్కిల్లో రావాలి. Am I right? Now, if you see Telugu, it is 85 and English it is 55. Both you add, total how much you get? 140 you get. But you have to adjust only 120. So excessive how many are there? 20 extra are there. So that 20 will come in intersection of both. Whatever excessive is there, that will come in intersection. Always start with intersection of all. Start from there. Why that 20 came extra? Because that 20 here you counted and here also you counted. అందుకే ఆ 20 extra వస్తుంది. Are you getting me? So that intersection 20 will come. That's it. Now this circle should have total 85. 20 already రాశారు. మిగిలింది ఎంత? 65 ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది. ఈ circle లో మొత్తం 55 రావాలి. 20 already రాశారు. మిగిలింది ఎంత? 35. When diagram is ready, you can answer whatever the question it may be. So what was my first question? How many speak only Telugu? Only Telugu? 65. This is the answer. And second question is, how many speak both the given languages? Both languages? 20. So second question, the answer is 20. Clear? So the tough one I am giving. Next. Write down. అంటే క్వశ్చన్ చూసిన తర్వాత వాటర్ తాగాలి సార్, ముందే మీరు తాగేస్తున్నది. So anyhow, write down the question. In a survey on 150 readers, 150, in a survey on 150 readers, it was found that in a survey on 150 readers, it was found that 75 leaders కాదు, జగనన్న కాదు, readers, one who read, not leaders. In a survey on 150 readers, it was found that 75 read ఈనాడు, మీ ఏరియా న్యూస్ పేపర్. నేనేమో ప్రభాత్ ఖబర్ లేకపోతే తమిళనాడుది దినమలార్ చెప్తే మీరు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవ్వాలి. మీ ఏరియా పేపర్ కదా ఈనాడు. 75 రీడ్ ఈనాడు. 90 రీడ్ 90 రీడ్ వార్త. 90 రీడ్ వార్త 90. అండ్ 70 రీడ్ సాక్షి. సార్ మీరు ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో ఉన్నారు, కొంచెం జాగ్రత్త సార్. అట్లీస్ట్ ఈ సాక్షి వర్డ్ వాడాలి మీరు. ఓకే, 70 రీడ్ సాక్షి. ఇప్పుడు ఓకే కదా, సాక్షి రాసేస్తారు కదా, కూల్ కదా, హ్యాపీ కదా. ఓకే, 70 రీడ్ సాక్షి, 40 రీడ్ 40, 40 రీడ్ ఈనాడు అండ్ వార్త, 40 రీడ్ ఈనాడు అండ్ వార్త, 35 రీడ్. అంతేలే సార్, మీరేమో 4 నంబర్ తీసుకొని చేశారు, మనకి ఎన్ని నంబర్ ఇస్తున్నారు? 35 రీడ్ వార్త అండ్ సాక్షి, 35 రీడ్ వార్త అండ్ సాక్షి, 30 రీడ్ 30, 30 రీడ్ సాక్షి అండ్ ఈనాడు, 30 రీడ్ సాక్షి అండ్ ఈనాడు, 30 రీడ్ సాక్షి అండ్ ఈనాడు, 10 రీడ్ ఏం సార్, ఎనీ నంబర్ సార్, 10 రీడ్ all the 3, 10 read all the 3. So this is the data given to you. Based on this, the question, write on the first question. How many read exactly, how many read exactly 2 of the given newspapers? How many read exactly 2 of the given newspapers? Exactly and only, both the word are same. ఎంతమంది ఓన్లీ 2 న్యూస్ పేపర్స్ చదువుతున్నారు? సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్, హౌ మెనీ రీడ్, సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్, హౌ మెనీ రీడ్ నైదర్ ఈనాడు nor వార్త? హౌ మెనీ రీడ్ నైదర్ ఈనాడు nor వార్త? So these are the 2 questions. Try the answer. Once you get the answer, tell me, I'll write on board. Your answers will be written in the form of options. మీరు ఇట్లా సర్కిల్ చేస్తే ఈ రెండింటి కామన్ ఎక్కడ రాస్తారు? సో మీరు సర్కిల్ ఇట్లా చేయాలి, ఇది ఒక సర్కిల్, ఇది ఒక సర్కిల్, ఇది ఒక సర్కిల్. ఈ మూడింట్లో ఏది ఉంది అది మధ్యలో వస్తుంది, ఈ రెండింటి ఈ మధ్యలో వస్తుంది, ఈ రెండింటి దీంట్లో వస్తుంది, ఈ రెండింటి ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ వస్తుంది. ఇది కరెక్ట్, ఎందుకంటే ఈ రెండింటిది కామన్ ఎట్లా రాస్తారు, అందుకే ఇట్లా సర్కిల్ చేయండి. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు ఓకే కదా? ఫస్ట్ వన్ 45, 105. So first one, sir is getting the answer 105 it seems. 85, 60, 75, 15, 25, 15, 105, 280, 150 మెంబర్స్ లో సర్వే చేశారు, 280 మెంబర్స్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చారు? ఇప్పుడు ఇట్లా సర్కిల్ చేస్తే ఈ రెండింటిది కామన్ ఇక్కడ రాస్తారు. సో సర్కిల్ ఇట్లా చేయండి. ఇది ఒక సర్కిల్, ఇది ఒక సర్కిల్, ఇంకా ఒక సర్కిల్ ఇట్లా. సో మూడింటిది కామన్ ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది. ఈ రెండింటిది కామన్ ఈ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్లో వస్తుంది. ఈ రెండింటిది కామన్ ఈ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్లో వస్తుంది. ఈ రెండింటిది కామన్ ఈ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్. ఓకే, మీరు కూడా అంతే. $75 and $25. Here mistake not possible.
Total they gave 75, 70 and 97. Total 235.
225. 225 కదా. 235 or 225?
235, sir.
I do 7, 7, 14, 14 plus 9, 23, 235.
We have 155.
Hmm.
So 85 will be reading more than this. More than one.
More than one.
And then we have got E plus 85. More than 85.
Hmm.
Now they gave the task. They gave 34. It's more than 85.
I'll explain. Don't worry, I'll explain. కరెక్ట్, డయాగ్రామ్ అయితే కరెక్ట్. బట్ ఫస్ట్ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ రాయాలి. అంటే 10 ఇక్కడ మధ్యలో రాయాలి. 10 రీడ్ ఆన్ ద 3. స్టార్ట్ ఇక్కడ నుంచి చేయండి. అన్నిటి ఇంటర్సెక్షన్లో 10. మళ్ళీ ఈ రెండింటి ఇంటర్సెక్షన్లో 30 అన్నారు. అంటే దీంట్లో ఆల్రెడీ మీరు 10 రాసేసారు. మిగతా 30 ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది. Answer 75, 15. No, one answer is wrong. Which one I don't know. Superb. Aim Venn diagram draw చేశారు. Excellent. So, any other answer? Anyone? No? 105? 5. Second one is 5. Good. Any other answer, anyone? No? 75, 20. Okay. Any other answer? First 20. Second one 5. Any other answer? Second 70. Any other answer? మీరు ఎన్ని ఆప్షన్ ఇస్తే ఇంకా యూ షుడ్ గివ్ మీ ఓన్లీ 4 ఆప్షన్స్. 4 లైఫ్ లైన్ ఓన్లీ. ఓకే, ఎనీహౌ లెట్ us అండర్స్టాండ్. See, they are saying that survey was done on 150 people. Okay, and they are using 3 newspaper name. Let's say that this circle represents the people, the reader who read Inadu. Okay, this circle represents the people who read Varta. And this circle represents the people who read Sakshi. Okay? Inadu reading total how many are there? 75. Varta reading? 90. And Sakshi reading? 70. Am I right? I said always start with intersection of all. So I said 10 read all the 3. Last statement was 10 read all the 3. So where that 10 will come? Here. Intersection of all. Are you getting me? Now come further to the intersection part. How many read Inadu and Varta? 40. Means this intersection should have 40. ఈ intersection లో 40 కావాలి. బట్ ఆల్రెడీ 10 మీరు రాసేశారు. సో మిగిలింది ఎంత? 30. సో that 30 will come here. Am I clear to all? How many I gave for Varta and Sakshi? 35. Means this intersection should have 35. Already 10 మీరు రాసేశారు. So remaining 25 will come here. How many I gave for Sakshi and Inadu? 30. Means this intersection should have 30. 10 already మీరు రాశారు. So మిగిలింది ఎంత? 20. Clear? Intersection always start from intersection. Okay? So intersection part is clear now. Come to this Inadu circle. Inadu circle total it should have 75. దాంట్లో ఆల్రెడీ మీరు 30, 20, 50 and 10, 60 ఆల్రెడీ రాశారు. అంటే మిగిలింది ఎంత? 15. So ఆ 15 ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది. వార్తా సర్కిల్ టోటల్ ఇట్ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ 90, అవుట్ ఆఫ్ విచ్ 30, 10, 40, 25. 40, 25, 65 ఆల్రెడీ మీరు రాస్తారు. సో మిగిలింది ఎంత? 25 will come here. And this Sakshi circle total it should have 70. దాంట్లో 20, 10, 30 and 25. 55 already మీరు రాస్తారు. So మిగిలింది ఎంత? 15. When diagram is ready, you can answer whatever the question it may be. Am I right? So let us start with, what was the first question? How many read exactly 2 newspapers? Am I right? Exactly 2 of the given newspapers. So these 30 people read exactly 2 newspapers. Not more than 2, not less than 2. These 20 people read exactly 2 newspapers. These 25 people read exactly 2 newspapers. So how many read exactly 2 newspapers? 30, 20, 50 and 25. Total 75. For this the answer is 75. Clear to all? Anyone, any doubt? No? Second question. Second question is, how many read neither Inadu nor Varta? So how many read neither Inadu nor Varta? How many are there? 15. All those who are getting 15 as the answer for second question, for them one more question. How many read none of the given newspapers? How many read none of the given newspapers? అంటే మీరు సర్వే ఎంత మందిలో చేశారు? 150లో చేశారు. Am I right? మీరు కౌంట్ చేయాలి, దీంట్లో నంబర్స్ ఎంత రాశారు. సో ఈ టోటల్ ఎలా అయినా మీరు కౌంట్ చేసి 90 రాశారు. 90 ప్లస్ 20 ఎంత? 110. 110 ప్లస్ 15 ఎంత? 125. 125 ప్లస్ 15 ఎంత? 140. మీరు సర్వే 150 మెంబర్స్ కి చేశారు, దీంట్లో ఓన్లీ 140 మెంబర్స్ వచ్చారు. అంటే మిగతా 10 మెంబర్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారు? వాళ్ళు బయట ఉన్నారు. దే రీడ్ నన్ ఆఫ్ ద గివెన్ న్యూస్ పేపర్స్. క్లియర్? నౌ కమ్ బ్యాక్ టు సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్. సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ వాళ్ళు ఏం అడిగారు? హౌ మెనీ రీడ్ నైదర్ ఈనాడు నార్ వార్త? ఎంతమంది ఈనాడు వార్త చదవరు? సో దీస్ 15 పీపుల్స్ వోంట్ రీడ్ and these 10 people are also not reading. So your answer 15 plus 10, the answer will be 25 for this. Is it clear? Complete the Venn diagram. Ma'am, got it? Why 15 is wrong? I said you one answer is wrong. So that 15 is wrong. Complete the Venn diagram, then proceed for the question. Not in a hurry. In option they will give you 15. They know very well in hurry what mistake you are going to do. Are you getting me? Is it clear? So I will give you more practice question. I will try to connect with that group and I will try to give you more questions, especially on the mixture segregation topic. And next week on Saturday, if possible, you can attend the YouTube class, live class, that is at 7 o'clock. And if not, my dear friend, at least the previous, this Saturday and last Saturday, whatever topic I said, you can go to Engineers Hub in YouTube channel. There you can find 2 topics I have covered there itself. One is cube, another is dices. So go through that video. Any queries, any doubts, I am there to help you out. So meet you the next week again with more number of topics of aptitude. So till then, keep practicing. Be home, be safe, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.